Welcome back to SQL Made Simple. Today we are diving into one of the most essential aggregate functions in SQL, which is the count. By the end of this lesson, you will know how to quickly count rows in your database, whether you are tallying total sales, counting customers, or just making sure your data is complete. What then is count? So count, as we know, is an aggregate function that counts rows in a table. Then we do have some types. So the first one is the count with the asterisk or the star, which count all rows, including rows with nulls. So when I say with nulls, then it means those rows are empty. Then we have count a specific field or column where it counts only rows where the column has a value, ignoring empty cells, if we can put it in that context in Excel. Then count distinct, then column, which is the field, count unique values, ignoring duplicate and nulls. So what is it useful for? Tracking total transactions, that is one. Counting customers with valid data, that is two. Identifying unique product sold. So the tip here is null affects the column, but not the entire table. Okay, so if you're using the count column, that's fine, but it does not affect when you are dealing with counting the entire table, which is the total number of rows within that particular table. So before we start our practice exercise, make sure you have access to our training database. I've shared it with you here, bit.ly/SQL made simple. So this is on my Google Drive. Just go there, download a copy of it, and execute it in your SQL, in your SQL server, then you should be good to go. So it's time to practice. So I'm going to switch to my database, then we can work on it. So we're going to start with the basic count. So if we are doing a basic count, this is our table. So we have order ID, customer name, product, quantity, price per unit, and order date. So let's write our select statement from, and we know that this is coming from our orders table, orders. And what are we selecting? We are doing a basic count. So I'll go like count, counting everything. So count star all. Now let's see what happens when you run this. And if you look at our table, we have 10 rows. So let's execute. You're going to get 10. And you can see from here that no column name. So if you want to give it a column name, then you use an alias where you use the X. So we are assigning the total number as total orders. So now we'll run it again. No, so let me put it together. Or you can use an underscore. So total orders, you execute, then you have total orders being equal to 10. So that is the total number of records within your table, ignoring the empty fields. So please bear that in mind. Now let us move it a step further. So I'm going to go to select again from, and we are dealing with orders. And what are we selecting? Okay, I just want to see everything first. So execute. Now we see the entire table. So we want to look at specific columns. So what do we do? Which column should we pick? So I'm going to pick the quantity column. So quantity, okay. Then what are we going to do? We're going to count the quantity column. And when we are counting it as what? As total quantity. Now let's run it. So I'll execute. Now I'm getting 8. But when we use the count star without specifying a field or a column, we got 10. So that's the difference. So the count star will just look at everything in totality, but once you specify a particular field or a particular column, and it will only concentrate on the records that have values. So if there are missing values, it will ignore it. So that is the use of the count with a column and count without a column, where you count the entire table. And I believe that makes sense. Okay, so let's look at counting with a condition. So first of all, I'll look at select, and I'll do my star from all this. So let's run this first. So this is what we're getting, and we want to look at counting with a condition. Okay, so I'm going to count star as, let's say, price above 400, because I want to use a condition here. So we count star as price above 400 from our orders table, where, so we pick the column price per unit as greater than 400. So if you look at this, if it's greater than 400, 500 is greater, 1, 900 is 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we should get 5 as our answer. So let's execute. So price above 400 is 5. So that's basically it. So basic counts, counting specific column values, and counting with a condition. And I believe that helps with the understanding of the count function. So let's jump back, and well done for practicing. Okay, well done. So in the workplace, count isn't just for counting, it's a quick way to spot check data completeness. For example, if count quantity is less than count all, you instantly know some orders don't have quantity linked. And that's a red flag worth investigating before sending out a report. So that's count in a nutshell. Simple, powerful, and essential for any SQL analyst. Practice using count with different columns and conditions in our sales database aggregates, and soon it will become second nature. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the next lesson, where we will explore the sum function to calculate totals in your data. Blessings.